Shellylambfiberartist from Art of the Hook and Needle, coming to you today in regards to a discussion about my recent completed whip as well as beanies on hats. So what I've done here is I've done hometown spirit game day hat, and of course I've chosen Wisconsin because I am a Packer fan. And I love that, the team spirit of every Packer fan and Cheesehead. We're all like that. We just love supporting our team. So I'll talk real quick about the fiber used in the product, and then we'll talk about how I was able to make this a fun beanie, pom pom at the top. So the base of this is Lion Brand Hometown Mustard Madison mustard, whatever you want to call it. And it's fun. It's actually the amazing, perfect match to the yellow. And then on the brim, we have Lion Brand Homespun in the forest colorway. And then I purchased an NFL patch as well, and this was an iron-on. It's super simple to actually put onto this. This yarn is 100% acrylic, so when I did the ironing, I actually put a towel over it and used the lowest heat so that I would not burn the yarn. So at the top, you'll see that we have a homemade pom-pom. And normally, I'm going to show you real quick, I like to use the faux fur poms, but I didn't have a color that matched that one, so I wanted to use the same colors in the yarn and the fiber that I used for the hat. So that's how I got to that. But to make that, I actually had a tool that I had purchased, and it's amazing and fun. So I will be sharing with that for you today. I have another hat here, and it is this will be an exclusive design for Art of the Hook that's coming out later. I have not launched a pattern yet, but you get a sneak preview. And what I want to do with this one is, again, I couldn't find like a good color match on the faux pom-pom. So I'm going to actually take the leftover from the brim, and I'm going to make a pom at the top. So that will be really neat to bring the bottom to the top in between the solid color. So the tool that I'm using and going to be talking about today is the Clover Pom Pom Maker, and it's the large set. And it comes with two pom pom makers, and they're one size is 2.5 inches, the smaller one, and the larger one is 3 3/8 inches. And I'm always going to use the 3 3/8 inches on the hat. The 2.5 inch you could actually use to make fun pom-pom keychain holders or matching, also for baby hats or smaller hats. But for the pom-pom you saw on my hometown hat, it's actually I use the 3 3/8. But we'll show you a quick tutorial of how simple this is to use. This is a little bit different. I'm going to age myself here. When they had the pom-pom makers before, they were the round discs, and you would put the round discs together and you would pop out those discs. For some of you that are my age or older, you might remember those. This particular, design change is actually makes it very simple. Versus you can still use those discs, obviously, if you have them. I went to try to find them in my sewing kit, and I couldn't find them, so I must have not kept the set that I had. So what I did was plus these are larger. This is larger, so this would be much better than those little discs, because those little discs, I believe in total, were only 3 inches in diameter. So what we do is it comes like this, and all you have to do is there's two like that. You take it and you pull it down, and you pull this down. And so it looks like this. What we're going to do with the yarn is we're actually going to work each side separately. And let me get the yarn situated, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to put the yarn over, and just like the other pom-pom maker, you wrap. And we wrap. Now my tail, just so you know, it doesn't matter how long the tail is because we're going to end up cutting that off. So I would just make sure it's long enough so that you know where the beginning of your pom is. So what we're going to do is wrap it. Wrap it, wrap it. Now you want to wrap it so that it's individual. Like on the Green Bay hat, I actually had the two fibers, so I was wrapping them together. And as you wrap, what you'll do is you'll push down and squish it together because you want it to be full. So wrap, wrap, wrap. I think you get the gist of it. I keep on pulling it down. So I'm going to quick do this. Look at how fast it's going too. And I'm going to push it, and keep it tight, you know, because you want it to be all the same. We want it to be full and tight. I'm pushing it back as much as possible. And I keep on pushing it. Then when we get done with the one side, what I'm going to do, okay, so it looks like this because I pushed it as much as and it's super tight. I'm going to cut the yarn because this is just going to be an edge of the pom. And I'm just going to put it over here real quick so that through that part, so that it holds while I'm working the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down for the moment, like this. And now I'm going to work the other side the same way. And again, we'll start on the inside. It doesn't matter if you start on the inside or the outside. And I'm just going to have a long enough tail so I can hold it. I know this video is going to be a little bit long compared to usual, but I wanted to show you how quick you can actually get this done. And even when we're talking, like if I wasn't talking to you, this would go less than 2 minutes, probably, on wrapping the yarn. Now, I know you could easily do this with cardboard, but the benefits of the tool is that every wrap is the same because it's tight and it's round, and it's going to be more, essentially, it's going to be more even, as well as you have the ability to make it more full because you can keep on pushing the yarn back. Almost done here. So just like that. I'm going to cut my yarn again. Just have an extra long loop. And I'm going to push this down. Now, I know this is going to be weird for you for a minute, but what we're going to do is we have that ridge that we saw because of the two, because we're using the two sides. So in between this yarn at the top is a ridge. Also, I use ginger scissors for this. And what's cool about your tool, let me show you, is right here is that ridge where you can stick your scissors in so that you can cut evenly. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold the other side down, and I'm going to put my scissors in the middle. And I'm just going to go and cut. So I'm going to show you real quick what that looks like. The guide is what helps keep this. Now I know there's nothing holding it right now, except for the middle part. The middle part is what's keeping it all together for us. So again, we're going to go on this side. Put the scissors in the middle. And guide us through to the very end. Okay. Now, so what we have is our little circle. Now I'm going to put this down real quick because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my tying yarn. I basically cut probably 10 inches on the tying yarn. Okay, because we have our hole in the middle there and our hole on the side there, what we're able to do, I missed one, can you see? I'm going to show you real quick. There we go. Is we are going to put our yarn right in the guide in the middle and all the way through the top. Like so. Then, oopsie, sorry. It's kind of hard to show in the video. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it like a shoelace. Let me get my shoelace started. So I have my knot and I'm in the middle of the guide and I'm going to pull. We're just going to pull it tight. And as we pull it tight, it's going to bring the yarn in. So I'm pulling it super tight. Then I'm going to tie it again and do another one. Pull it tight. Okay. Now what we've done is we can take off our edges like this, like so. Pull it apart. Pull it apart. So now we've taken it apart and now we can pull off. And we have our half pom. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just, fur ball it out. And as you can see, we have some flyaways because of my, so what I'm going to do, like this is the edge. You can tell where that was my edge. I'm just going to cut that off. There's another edge. We'll cut that off. And then I'm just going to trim it, so that it is a perfect circle. the best way to see if you have a perfect circle, or if all your yarn, you just have to go through and trim a little bit, and you would have to do that on any, but so I'm just gonna go here, like shave it so that it's symmetrical circle. And we have this nice finished pom. Now what's cool too, what I want to share, is I made the string long because I'm going to take my needles, my big darning needles. I'll put that down in the link too, so I'll show you where. So I'll take my edge, obviously, and put through my darning needle. I'm going to show you how to attach it to the hat real quick. I'm only going to take one at a time because I can't fit all the both of those on my needle. So at the top, I have my. So I'm going to put just pull through, and then pull my needle out. Pull my needle out. Put it through the second one. 1 second. Sorry, I had to darn my needle. Pull through the second one. Then I'm gonna obviously go in again to the back side and pull through. Then I'll pull my hat inside out. And I can easily, now that I have it on the back side with my needles, I can make a tie and make it more secure. I think I'm going to do four. And then I won't keep you on to show this, but I'm just going to weave those ends in, like you normally do on your weaving. And then once you have it on, you can just make sure look at how neat that looks, that matches the bottom. It's the perfect, it's perfect pom. Perfectly round and such a great quick tool. So thank you for staying on and watching my tutorial and looking at the tools that we use at Art of the Hook. And what I'll do at the bottom is I'll put all of my favorite tool list for you to click on. Have a wonderful day. Happy yarning. Hello, Shelly Lamb, fiber artist from Art of the Hook and Needle. Thank you for joining us today. Hopefully you liked the tutorial. Please take a moment to subscribe. Have a great day.